What's up everyone? So I have been wanting a new camera for a really long time and I finally just bit the bullet and decided to buy one. A couple weeks ago I started a whole video trying to do a review of it, so I'm just gonna roll all of those clips now. I just bought a new camera and I really wanted to do a whole video testing it out with my first impressions and a whole just overview of it. I got the Panasonic Lumix G7 mirrorless camera and I also got the zoom lens as well. There were a couple different cameras that I was looking into upgrading to, but this one just kind of made the most sense because I could get the zoom lens and have it cost just as much as just getting the other cameras. I've watched a couple different videos testing the camera and everything, and it just seems like it got a lot of really good reviews. I've been looking for a newer DSLR size camera for a while and I just can't find that many that have a flip out screen, and obviously if I plan on filming YouTube videos that's kind of important. So I'm really hoping that I like it because again I've been looking into wanting to upgrade my camera for a while. So here's just an overview of everything. So obviously it comes with the charger, a battery, a lens cover. So I guess you can either plug in the battery charger to either the wall or a computer because the USB side plugs into the plug obviously. And then we just have the camera body and the lens cap. And then here is just the standard lens that it comes with. Pretty cool. And then we just have the strap and the cord. Two cords actually, I guess. I'm assuming that this plug is to actually plug the camera into your computer or something, or I guess you could just charge the camera straight to the wall. And then it did also come with the warranty and the user's manual. So this video is going to be filmed across multiple days, obviously, because I really want to try and test out the camera, play around with the settings and everything. Here is the camera. It's a really good size, and I really liked that it had the two separate knobs. Some cameras, you'll notice, don't have the little like self-timer or like continuous shooting mode, like little scroller dial pad, whatever you want to call it. So I'm very excited. It does shoot in 4K. And I also just love when the cameras have the two different options to either look through the viewfinder or just on the screen. The only issue that I've noticed with that is that like this is the digital version of it, because as you can see, like there's not an eyepiece out to view. But other than that, I'm gonna play around with all of the settings and you guys will just see the rest of the video. So I'm gonna put the lens on for the first time. All of the caps just kind of screw off. And obviously, if you've never had a camera like this, the first thing you wanna do is just line up the red dots, and then you can turn, and when the lens clicks, that's when it's fully in. So there's the camera. Wow, okay, so first impressions, I do really like the quality. I don't have a memory card in it right now, but look at that. Oh my, I'm really excited to play around with this and stuff. I think it's a really nice size, and I think it's actually like exactly what I was looking for. So we'll see with the different test shots and everything. But here is just my new camera that I'll be playing around with. And I do just want to go into a couple of the other reasons why I've been wanting to upgrade. So this camera I've had for 10 years, and I've just noticed recently that some of the batteries don't last as long as they used to. That's probably the biggest reason. And then other than that, I just feel like I've done everything that I can with this camera. I just kind of wanted a little bit more of a challenge, which is why I was looking into getting a DSLR or mirrorless camera. So yeah, this was definitely an investment, and I'm really hoping that I like it a lot and that like I have fun shooting with it and stuff. Because I think especially with traveling, like it'll be so fun to bring a new camera places. It is pretty similar to the camera that I'm using right now, which is the Canon PowerShot SX60HS. But regardless, I love my cameras and I feel like adding one won't hurt anyone. So I'm really excited to play around with this over the next couple of days. After having the camera for about like a month or two, I absolutely love it. Some of my favorite features are the touchscreen. It makes it super easy to actually focus on different things when you're filming or trying to take pictures. And actually, it took me a minute to fully realize that it was touchscreen, which you would probably think that maybe while I was researching the camera, I would find that out. But it really just wasn't something that was a factor in me buying a new camera. And then obviously, my next favorite thing has to be all of the different features that it has. It's so easy to use and navigate, and there's a lot of different options for when it comes to pictures or videos. Especially with all of the different like built-in photo editing filters, like all of the different effects are super easy to use and they've been really fun to play around with. I also just love the quality. I feel like it's definitely a pretty big upgrade compared to my last camera. The only thing that I have to say is that I haven't been able to find that many different affordable lenses for it. I'm still on the search to try and find like a really good zoom lens, but at least for like my filming purposes, it's perfect because I normally film pretty close range anyway if I'm not behind the camera, so it's not like the biggest issue. But there have been times where I've been out with my camera and I wanted to take a picture, but it was just a little bit too far, and that's kind of the only thing that I've had an issue with. But other than that, I really like it. I think it's super nice. I think it's super nice for beginners, and I also feel like it's the perfect size. It's not a huge DSLR, but it's also not like a super small point and shoot. And obviously, depending on the lens that you use, it can definitely get smaller. The camera itself is pretty light and the battery lasts a pretty long time. And I think one of the biggest upgrades for me is definitely being able to shoot in 4K. I don't really know how long I'll be wanting to film in 4K, but for right now, I think it's so much fun and I've had a really fun time playing around with it. When I was shopping for cameras, I didn't really see that many different options, so when I found this one, I felt like it really kind of hit all of the marks that I needed. It has the tripod mount, it also has the microphone mount. You can add an external flash if you really want to, but other than that, like, it's all pretty standard camera settings, but I just really liked the way that this camera looked overall. And I was just kind of looking to upgrade. The camera that I used to film on was the Canon PowerShot SX60HS, and I still love that camera a lot. I just feel like, especially when it comes to videos, you can really tell the difference from the two, I feel like. So that was probably one of the biggest things that I wanted to upgrade, was just the video quality, and I felt like the only way to really do that was to get a mirrorless or DSLR camera. And especially for the price, I only paid like right above $400, I think, for this one, because I did buy it used, and I love it. I think it's worth every penny. The only thing is trying to find lenses now. But other than that, I really like the camera overall, and I think in the next couple of months, once I really get out and shoot with it, instead of just shooting at home or shooting videos, that I'd really like to do a whole overall. But as first impressions go, I love this camera so much. I think the audio sounds great. I love all of the different settings, and it's just been really fun trying to get to know the different settings of this camera and what I prefer. If you guys have any recommendations, please comment them down below. Maybe as far as like different mounts, or maybe how you would go about like using a zoom lens on this camera if you have it. Yeah, as of right now, after using it for a month, I have zero complaints. I love it. It's been so fun, and I would highly recommend it. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, I feel like the quality for the price is definitely there. The amount that I use my camera definitely varies, so that's kind of why I also feel like this one is perfect, because it's lightweight enough to where it would be easy to travel with, but it's also a little bit more like complex than my other camera was, because my other camera was a point and shoot, whereas this one is a mirrorless. So it's all new settings, it's an all new company, like I'm still kind of learning the camera. Let me know if you guys have any video suggestions of what you might want to see from this camera specifically. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!